let me know. Pardon me for the technical glitch. Okay. It wasn't a glitch. It was me. It was me. I was wondering why I didn't see no hello. So pardon me for that. Listen, I'm new to going live on different streams. So thank you so much, Be Nice, for letting me know that it's actually not live. And I clicked the button and it actually wasn't saved to go live on YouTube. So I just, you know what? I'm gonna get better. It's okay. I'm getting greater. I'm getting greater. We gotta learn as we go. But damn, well, it's a good thing that I'm streaming live on two platforms because man, that's really great content. I'm sure I can get a little piece of content out of there. So let me know if it's working now. Okay, good. Okay, if you see it on YouTube, say hello in the comments so I can know that it's actually the algorithm is doing what it's supposed to do. If you can do me that favor, just send me a hello in the YouTube comments and let me know that you're there. This is why we need each other. Okay, Art and Soul. How are you, my love? Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. So, oh, I can see it right here too. So it's going to take me some time, right? So where was I? Where did I leave off? What we can't I see you, Katrina Mary. How are you, my love? Even though it's showing you in the comments, it's not showing that you're actually in here. So I guess once I get more familiar with how it works, it'll okay, let me bring up the mm, okay, so I'm bringing up the slide right now for YouTube, the slides, the presentation. Okay, let me get this together. Okay, becoming. So we can get on a roll. Okay, it's really gonna be incredibly informative. If you stick with me, it's gonna change some of your lives and help you out. Let me ask another question. And keep in mind, on even though some of you are not too familiar with me, keep in mind that this is a safe place. I never judge unrighteously or unjustly, right? Like let's start clearing some misnomers about um how we perceive some things, right? Judgment is in our nature. And I'll say this to remind you, right? You cannot separate yourself from yourself. You are either going to operate predominantly righteously or unrighteously, right? And so, just like you can't separate yourself from your shadow, but having an understanding and being able to understand psychological behaviors, people behaviors, right? Human behaviors, as they say, you will begin to understand. So this is an absolute safe place for you to be, for you to communicate, all right? Because this is not a dictatorship. This is not a monologue. This is the dialogue. This is us sharing energy and information. So I want to ask you another question. How many of you are actually still celebrating New Year's January 1st? Put a one in the comments or a me so I can see you. How many of you are still celebrating New Year's January 1st? It's just a question before I get into the live. It just helps me understand. And so I can kind of gauge where you all are at, those of you who are with me. Just let me know. How many of you are still celebrating New Year's? Hi, beautiful. How are you? Nope. I see a note that came up, not celebrating New Year's on January 1st. Do we have anybody in here? Thank you so much. Remember, tap the screen, loves. Let's get this. This is how you can support for free, right? If you throw gifts, I sincerely appreciate it, right? But I love the free stuff. Tapping is free. Tapping is free. Commenting is free. Sharing a live is free, and that's what we want to do because we need more positivity. We need more righteousness here on TikTok. We need more righteousness on YouTube, right? Let's be a part of the solution. Let's be a part of the solution. This is how we play. Hello, all blessings. And hi, Venus. My name is Venus. How are you, my love? I am her. Hi, goddess. How are you? Yeah, neither Christmas, Halloween. I don't celebrate any pagan holidays anymore. Um, And there's that, and this is why it's so important and imperative that you really understand why you're doing the things that you're doing, because it's a part of the reasons why you're where you are. And a lot of us are where we don't want to be. A lot of us are where we don't want to be. And while on this journey, a lot of us have become hopeless. A lot of us have become desperate, right? A lot of us have become weary. A lot of us have become severely depressed, severely sad, severely lost, right? Being unaliving is at an all-time high. People unaliving themselves and unaliving people is at an all-time high. And I don't say these things to put fear in you. I don't say these things so you can move with scarcity. I say these things. Yes, thank you so much for being honest, Katrina. I appreciate you so much for being here, right? It's time. There's so much that's going on, and there's so much information that I want to share with you, and I'm gonna do the best I can. This is why I have presentations, so it helps me stick to the presentation as much as I can, because the spirits get to moving, the universe gets to talking to me, and I'll just go off based upon, because I'm also feeding off of your energy, and I know things that I'm saying is going to hit each one of you in different ways, as it should. And so I'm always mindful to follow my own program, but to not follow it, right? Because I have to be mindful of who I'm talking to and be able to transmute certain messages, even if I don't know particularly who it's from. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Thank you so much for the follow, love. I'm not going out because I want to be with my family. Ashe. I absolutely right. And so let's get into it. Becoming. How many of you sincerely are not completely satisfied or happy with who you are now? And that's not being disrespectful. It's being transparently honest with yourself. And being transparently honest with yourself is the beginning of change. It is the beginning of reprogramming. You have to understand how you work. Thank you so much for being honest. Yes, right? How many of you, great question, that how are you, my love, old souls? How many of you are completely satisfied, completely at peace, completely in agreement with the person you are today, with the person you are right now in this moment? If you can just visualize real quick, or if you had a scale, right? If you had a scale, your left hand was the person that you are, right? And the person that you want to be, which weighs heavier? Which weighs heavier? Right? Thank you. I see it. I'm not happy where I am. I'm happy with who I am. I like that. I like that, Bridge. I try to be a better person than the day I was before. Ashe. That's a wonderful goal. However, with that, I also know that there are far too many of us that do not like who we are, whether you know it or not. Beatrice, how are you, my love? Thank you so much for jumping over here in YouTube land. A lot of us are not happy with who we are. Look at the receipts and the results of your life. They're never going to lie to you, they're never going to deceive you. A lot of us are still in jobs for years and we're unhappy. A lot of us don't like the people we work with, unhappy. We're bitching, we're moaning, we're complaining. A lot of us aren't where we want to be financially. Year after year after year, there's a deeper reason why. A lot of us aren't in or forging healthy relationships. Whether it's a family ship, whether it's a spiritual ship, whether it's a God ship, whether it's a money ship, whether it's a romantic ship, all the ships. We're not forging healthy relationships. with the people, places, and things that are beneficial to us. There's a deeper reason why. With all of the amount of information of doing shadow work and inner work, there's so many distractions out there. I get it. However, who's in control? You or them. You or it. Becoming. This is why I titled this masterclass Becoming 2024. Even though we're not complete, we're not totally there, right? New Year's is not January 31st, January 1st. New Year's hasn't come yet. New Year's is in the summer solstice when new life begins. When the sun is closest to the earth, new life, new birth. So this information, this masterclass is imperative to whether you're still celebrating New Year's on the wrong day going backwards, or whether you know that New Year's comes in the springtime around March, no later than April, depending on where you are in the world. Becoming, our focus has to be on becoming. So I want to share some information on how we actually get there. How do you become? I teach self-mastery. Why do I teach self-mastery? Because everything you want, need, and desire, self-mastery is at the core of it. Self-mastery is about tapping into your God and goddess frequency. And now is the most phenomenal time to do it. We're not only in the age and realm of awareness, of information. Nothing is sacred anymore. The veil is lifted. We're not only in an era, in a frequency, sun cycle of Aquarius, of where all the information, a lot of sacred information is exposed. You're in the one of the most phenomenal times of your life cycle, 8. Do y'all understand this? YouTube keep freezing, so I came over because I want to hear your message. Oh, thank you so much for letting me know. I'm gonna keep that in my memory bank on the tab. It keeps freezing. Oh, that sucks. You know what? Maybe because I didn't refresh it. I'll figure that out. That's gonna be important. I'll figure it out. But as long as you hear the message, right? At some point I'll do it over once I figure out why it keep glitching, right? Whether it's my system, my internet, right? So this is why I teach self-mastery. Whether you want more money, whether you want to forge healthy relationships, whether you want whether you want to attract more of anything, self-mastery is the catalyst, is in the center of all of that. There is no other way, which is why these practices are working for some people and they're not. There are way too miserable people in the world. There's way too many desperate people in the world. There are way too many hopeless people in the world. There are way too many depressed people in the world, people who are so fearful in the world. And if you don't understand who you are on the triune level, right? Your triune essence, your God and goddess self. You are part mental, you are part soul, spirit, and you are part physical. So many of us are living just in the physical realm, the physical reality, the 3D, that we don't even understand that we're feeding the same beast we want to destroy in so many ways. You are willingly given evil people, evil, wicked entities, your energy to keep ciphering, keeping them alive. Once again, what you feed will gain power, and what you starve will lose its power. What are you feeding? This matters when you're in the process of becoming. And one of the first things that I encourage when you're in the process of becoming, when you're setting your New Year's resolutions, hopefully you after this masterclass, you will know better not to give your frequency to an evil, wicked cipher. Right? You'll understand that. But one of the things in the beginning, one of the things that you have to understand is how to let go. How to let go. I'm making somebody else rich. I could have been a dentist and done it all myself. You still can. You still can, Venus. If that's still your goal, let me tell you something. As long within righteous reason, right? When you do a 360 analysis, as long as you are on this earth, as long as you have breath, as long as you are here, there is always infinite possibility that belongs to you. You can always make it happen. This is what we don't understand. This is what I'm helping you. I want you to become. And in becoming, remind you that you are a god and goddess. You have the same infinite power that the infinite source of creation have. God concept. You have it. But so many of us, we speak as if we have it, right? We're claiming that we have it, but you're not acting like you have it. You're not acting like you have it. We're acting more powerless than we are powerful, because a powerful person don't ask for certain things in the context in which I'm speaking. They command. Think about power, righteous power I'm talking about. Why would you have to ask for something that is yours? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Why do you have to ask for something that is yours? It's not to say that you have to be cocky about it, you have to be disrespectful about it, but why do you keep begging and pleading for something that is yours? It is the difference from someone operating in their power and someone not operating in their power. If it's yours, baby. If it's yours, it's yours. But if you don't understand that, you say this cup is yours, right? If you don't understand that you actually have the mobility, the energy, the hands, right? The tools to actually pick this up if it's yours and do whatever you want to it, then guess what? You're never going to have it. Isn't it time out for lying to ourselves? A lot of us have lied to ourselves for so long, for so long. We've adopted the lie as truth. So we keep putting our energy into outside entities outside of us. We keep begging and pleading and just, right? What? Other people to give us what we inherently own and deserve. You keep praying and begging a God concept, right? And the true scriptures was one of the things it was doing, it was teaching you how to understand that you are God, goddess concept. You have the same power. Why in the world would you keep while you would go on your knees for year after year after year, begging and pleading, please God, give me this. Please God, help me with this. Please take away this. Please take away that. Please connect me. I'm ready for love. Please, please, please. I'm begging you. Oh, and I'm not, understand that I'm not being disrespectful. I'm saying this with all sincerity and all love. That's not how the universe works. That's not how the God concept works. If you do not understand that God, the universal frequency, only understands energy, understands frequency. The language of the universe and God concept is frequency. So, what do you think you're doing when you are emitting and coming from a begging energy and frequency? What are you really telling God? What are you really telling the universe? And this what you don't understand, because you've been programmed not to understand it. You've been programmed to psychologically think that if you keep begging, if you keep suffering to in a sense, if you keep giving and giving and giving and giving, it shall be returned unto you. Not so. That's a lie. Kira, how are you, my love? That is a lie. Those of you who are still on YouTube, can you let me know if it's glitching? Just so I can just keep a mental note if there's something I have to do on my side. Because I know the internet and the connection works differently for everyone, right? You have to do that from a gratitude place, yes, right? And one of the things that keeps us begging, pleading, is your psychological program, dominant program that is in your subconscious. Remember, your thoughts leads to your feelings leads to your emotions leads to your actions, and your actions creates your results, your reality, the world you live in, right? One of the things that keeps you in a begging mentality, keep emitting that frequency, is because you haven't let go of things. It's good. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you so much for letting me know, Kiera. You haven't let go. You do not truly understand the power of letting go. You have to let go. And whenever you're not letting go, it keeps this cycle, this mental vicious cycle in you, and say, God, please forgive him. Please forgive her. Please forgive me. And it's just begging and begging and begging and begging. So guess what? The universe is interpreting your begging, interpreting your pleading, right? Is that, oh, they must want more. So let me send her another man or woman that's going to keep terrorizing her or him and abusing him. Let me send her another opportunity for a job that's not going to pay them their worth or pay them their value. Let me keep sending them situations that's going to break them and break them and break them and break them. Because you do not understand truly what you're doing. What you don't know is hurting you. It has hurt you. Letting go is one of the prerequisites for becoming. What do I mean by becoming before we get further into this, right? And just so you know, I'm not ignoring I'm not ignoring what you're saying. I'm looking at it. I'm doing the best I can to just keep, in the flow, in the spirit. I appreciate all of you for being here, no doubt, right? And so sometimes I'll say, just know that it's all in love, right? But I appreciate you for being here. Stick around, because there's a lot more good juice, right, to come. It may not be sweet, right? It ain't gonna be no lollipop, but it's gonna be good for you. Bridge, how are you, my love? Thank you, God creator of all things, for already claims. Yes, you have to understand. And if you never understand, you're never going to become. So what do I mean by Ashe? What do you mean by become, Venus? Becoming the version of you that you were purposed to be in this lifetime, in this realm. Far too many of us are not living, not operating within the divine purposes in which we agreed to before we even came here. And guess what's going to happen if you don't? You're going to have to keep recycling and recycling and recycling and recycling and recycle. Why don't you get it the first time it comes around? Because if you get it, or at least embrace it the first time, guess what? You don't have to keep repeating the thing. How many of you get enough? Keep repeating, keep repeating, keep repeating. Do you understand what I'm saying? Letting go is a prerequisite to becoming the version of you that you were purposed to be. I'm not speaking about only on the physical aspect. I'm speaking about on a triune aspect. So mentally, who are you purposed to become? Spiritually, soulfully, who was you purposed to become? What roles were you purposed to fulfill in this realm? Who were you purposed to to come in contact with? Who were you purposed to become? Not who your parents told you you are to become, because most of us, when we think about becoming, we attach it to physicalities. We attach it to only the physical aspect. I'm not talking about becoming a millionaire. I'm not talking about becoming a trillionaire. I'm not only talking about those things. I'm not only talking about becoming a mother or a father or a sister or a brother or becoming a husband or becoming a wife. There's something way more imperative for you to become before you can get to any of those beautiful things. attracting those beautiful things for you. Because let me tell you something, when you come to a higher awareness, when you start vibrating on a higher consciousness level, and when I say conscious, I mean awareness, conscious awareness. When once you start keep climbing that level, baby, a lot of you ain't gonna want the things, people, and places that you currently want. Why? Because you truly are seeing, not what your reflectors, but you are seeing, you are sensing that all of this is just an illusion. I know some of us, we to hear that, we be like, oh, you delusional, it's an illusion. No, it really is. I know some of y'all minds is having a hard time processing the things that I'm saying, but baby, if you just allow it, open your mind, broaden your perspectives and your perception. You understand what I'm saying? It is the key to becoming. There is nothing wrong or unrighteous about wanting a new car, a new home, more money, a husband, a wife, a soul partner, right? A business partner, a business. There is nothing unrighteous or unhealthy about those things. You know what is the pursuit of those things? And you want to know the delusional part? A lot of you are busting your ass and going crazy, chasing money, chasing women, chasing men, chasing illusions, chasing dreams, whatever it may be. Do you not understand what you chase, you repel? What you chase, you repel. How do I know that? Think about it. What's the implication behind you chasing something? The implication is that whatever it is or whoever it is what? Running away from you. Right? And it's the furthest truth in what you're supposed to be operating, because if you understood that you are an infinite magnet, you don't have to run you don't have to run after anyone. You don't have to run after anything. You don't have to chase anything. If you knew and understood who you are on a frequency level, on a goddess level, you would understand that the only thing you needed to do is become the frequency of that which you want to come to you. Why? Because you're that powerful. Many of y'all seen how magnets work, right? Whenever you have two magnets, what do? They come together. They attract each other, right? They attract each other effortlessly too. The same power of the visual that you have as a magnet is the same power that you have within you to truly attract what and who you desire. When you understand who you are and how you work, and you start implying the self-mastery practices that I'm teaching you. This is what it's all about, right? Let's get them. I see some of y'all tapping the screen. Let's get them hearts up, my love. Listen, we magic fingers up in here. We magic fingers, right? And so not letting go is perhaps one of the major reasons why so many of us are self-destructing. Understand this. You are an infinite soul. You are an infinite soul. You are an infinite organism. Everything and everyone that has life on this planet is a living organism. And the first order of business as a living organism, a living being, your first priority, the first priority is to expand, to grow, to elevate, to hand down, hand over. If you as a living organism understand this, we're getting into biology. Understand, if you are not growing and expanding as a living organism, you are in the reverse of that. You are self-destructing. Just look at some of our lives. Look at some of our lives. The proof is in the life receipts. Just check them. Just check them. Make it not make sense. What I'm saying. Make it not make sense. If you're not expanding, you are self-destructing. Why do you think so many people is losing their ever-loving minds right now? Losing their entire minds, their entire lives, because they're not doing what they're primarily supposed to be doing as a living organism first. There is no rhyme, reasons, justifications, or excuses. This is not popular opinion. This is an infinite truth and an infinite fact, scientifically backed, right? So y'all have to understand that. If so, the best thing you can do is take time for yourself and start investing in you. Even if it's 15 minutes a day, my God and goddess. Start programming your body and training your body just as if you were training a beautiful infinite pet, another creature. Because too many of us are psychologically self-destructing, right? So letting go is one of the prerequisites for becoming the version of you that you want to become, no matter who it is. No matter who it is, right? Why is this important in becoming? Why is this important for you to know? Because you cannot become if you're still holding on to. Not letting go keeps you bound to your past. Not letting go keeps you bound to your past. This is what it means when somebody says you're still living in your past. And if I told some of you that, some of you will be quick to disagree with me. I'm not living in my past. I'm living in my now. I'm living in the future. Many of us are living in our past, and you don't really understand how that's true. And you need to, because you're not going to become the version of you that you want to become unless you let go of certain things. Let go of, I'll get into that on the next slide. The effects of not letting go. It keeps you energetically unaligned. Just like celebrating New Year's on January 1st keeps you energetically unaligned. Whenever you're not in alignment, guess what? You're not receiving. A lot of our lives are the way they are, and the way we don't want it to be is because we haven't let go of things. And I keep saying, and I'm gonna keep reminding you, it does not matter whether you know or whether you don't know. It does not matter. Cause and effect still applies to you. It does not matter if you don't know that fire burns. It does not matter. Do y'all understand this? It does not matter so much of what you are aware of or what you aren't. If you touch flames, guess what? You're going to get burnt. Is that not true? So regardless if you was for some reason ignorant of what fire actually do, how hot it can get, if you were actually ignorant for some reason, guess what? The same universal laws still apply to you. The minute you stick your hand in that fire, whether you're ignorant to what fire is, what it do, and how much it's going to burn, and to the degrees that it actually burns, you are going to get burnt. Apply that to everything in your life. This is why it's imperative for you to know everything you need to know according to the life level and season that you're on. Stop focusing on where everybody else is, because it doesn't matter as much as you think it do. You have to stop being so distracted and attracted to people, places, and things and shit that continues to hurt you. things that continually destroy you. If you never truly understand who you are and why you're actually here on this realm, baby, you going nowhere real fast. And you're going to find yourself repeating the same life lessons in the next go round, right? Not letting go keeps you mentally enslaved. Not only energetically unaligned, but mentally enslaved. He who controls the mind controls the body, hence controls your actions, controls your behaviors. How many of you are still holding contempt and hate and disgust for somebody that did you wrong? How many of us? I used to do it. Actually, I still have, being transparently honest, because it starts with me first, right? There's no, actually two. There's two persons in my life right now. I don't hate them, but there is still a little bit contempt that I have for something that they did. I know the practices. I know self-mastery practices. This is what I teach. I'm not that much different from you. I am you, you are me, we are us. You understand? So I understand the process and application it takes and it requires. I don't dwell there. It's not as powerful, right? But it's still true. I need to be transparently honest in my truth. And in my teachings, I'm going to be transparently honest with you too, because you have to understand that I'm not speaking to you, I'm speaking with you. I am you. I'm just a different version of you. And the minute we understand this is the minute we can truly stop, not stop, retract, delete, not stop, because polarities will always exist. The minute we understand that is the sooner we can take away the maximum power that these things have. That's what I mean. It's about taking the maximum power that they have because they're thriving on it. There will always be the polarities and dualities. There will always be left, right, up, down, positive, negative, feminine, masculine, right? There will always be polarities, dark, light, right? Righteous, unrighteous. Always a scale. It always a scale that's going to balance out. Our ancient Egyptian practices teach us that. If your heart doesn't weigh as light as a feather, guess what? Recycle. You have to get it. It's not about completely deleting things or dissolving things. It's about harmony. It's about harmony, just like the yin and yang symbol. When we see that symbol, many of us, because we're looking at it through our reflectors, we see the black side and the white side, right? But what you don't know is that there's a thin, fine gray area down the center where the black and the white side actually meets, but it's not visual to the naked eye. It's about harmony. It's in between. Yes, Al Cole. It's in between. So the effects of not letting go, right? It keeps you bound to your past. Not letting go keeps you bound to your past. Not letting go causes you to self-destruct, imploding from within. Imploding from within. It keeps you in a victim state mentality. Let it go, right? It makes you susceptible, which is liable to influence, heavy influence of harm. It makes you susceptible to parasites leeching onto you. And I don't only mean parasites as in small wicked organisms that come to feed off. I'm talking about people can be parasites. All the parasites, all the forms, okay? Parasites don't only have 8 legs that you could see. 5 legs or whatever, shingles or whatever it is, okay? Parasites look just like you and me these days. They have been for a very long time, honey. They look just like you and I, right? Not letting go keeps you in survival mode. Not letting go keeps you powerless, without the ability to move on. It impacts you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, energetically, and financially. Understand, whenever you are not attracting the people you want in your life, the type of life you want, the what you want, whatever it, on a materialistic side, if you're not attracting these things, it's because those 6 areas are being affected and you're not in alignment, and you're not in alignment, and you're not in alignment. You're not mentally in alignment. You're not spiritually in alignment. If it's mentally, if you wanted to be more wise or more intellectual, right? You wanted to articulate yourself, or whatever it is that deals with the mind, you're not in alignment. Whatever it is that deals with your spirituality, if you want to raise your spiritual frequency, if you want to tap into your ancestors, right? If you want to tap into the souls that are around you, i.e., the trees, the grass, nature, water, you're not in alignment. Emotionally, energetically, motion, you're not in alignment. The only way for you to receive certain things and certain people is if you're in alignment with the frequency of the thing or person that you actually want. It really isn't that hard, people. I know, contrary to popular belief, they'll tell you that it's so hard. It's so hard because the slave master and the Illuminati and the elite and the the YT people, and even the black people and the Asian people and the aliens and extraterrestrials. It's everybody's fault where I am, the reason why I am where I am. Right? I can't do this because there's no opportunities. I can't get a hump because, come on, powerless, victim mentality. Don't you know that you have the same power and knowledge within you that the elites have? The 10% that run this world? They're not extraordinary. Ain't nothing extraordinary about them. Like, nothing is extraordinary about these people. Some of the main differences between you and them is that they actually study who they are. They actually study chemistry, study biology, study quantum physics. They study genetics. They study gene expression. They studied psychology. They study the mind. They study the body, the behaviors. They study, and they practice, and they practice, and they practice. And we're too busy, full of excuses as to why we don't have the power that these other folk have, when you actually do. First and foremost, all the information you ever need is within you. It's within your blood. And if you just took 10, 15 minutes out your day and start educating yourself on what DNA really is, what your blood, how sacred your blood really is. Why do you think they after it? Why do you think they've been after it? There's no difference. Them people are not extraordinary. They're not extraordinary. They're not doing anything that you cannot possibly do, because guess what? People are energy. And one of the things that you were purposed to do when you enter this realm is learn how to manipulate energy. Open your minds, people, because I know some of y'all right now thinking about manipulation as something wicked. It's not. It can be used wickedly, unrighteously. One of your purposes is to learn how to manipulate energy, and everything is energy. It's not if everything is energy, everything is energy, including people. So if people are energy, right? Understand what I'm saying. I'm speaking to wise, intelligent, disciplined people right now. Hear what I'm saying. If people are energy, everything is energy. Don't you have the power to manipulate it? In a righteous way, though. In a righteous way. You listen to Frequency Music Bridge? Yes, I do too. And some of these things I know is some of the information that I'm giving, it may seem like it's an abundant of like it is a lot. I've been doing this for 15 plus years. 15 plus years. And if I can help you and assist you in guiding you through a lot of things, a lot of things, not helping you to skip steps, but I can highlight a lot of things that's on the very levels that you're in right now that you need to know instead of you spending a life cycle to do it. This is why people like me, souls like me, are here, right? But instead of investing in yourself, whether it's listening to someone like me, right? Because I'm feeding you energy, positive energy. I'm not out to get you. I'm not chasing no bag. Even though at some point I do have a special gift for you and an ebook. Well, an ebook and a special gift that I lowered the price for. But I'm not after your money. I'm not after your money, baby. I'm not teaching you this so you can pay me. But how? Don't get it twisted though. I get paid generously for what I do. That's not my goal though. But that's many people's goal. Many people. I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't. I don't. That's not my goal. That's not my purpose. Do I have financial goals? Yes. But being a millionaire, a trillionaire, baby, it ain't one of them. My soul's mission and a passion that I truly have is to really help people because that's one of the divine purposes that I agreed to before I came here. I understand more who I am now than I ever did. And that's my goal. That's my mission to help you do the same thing because you can. I dare say you must. You must, you must, you must. It is unnatural for you to be carrying such burdens. It is unnatural for you to be so depressed. It is unnatural for you to have the levels of anxiety that you have. It is unnatural for you to think that you have to carry every burden in the weight of the world. It's unnatural that you feel you have to be broke. It's unnatural that you feel that you have to endure pain after pain, disrespect after disrespect. It's unnatural, according to your divinity, to think that you have to experience your heaven once you transition out this realm. It's unnatural. And a lot of us have been deceived for centuries after centuries. And what I'm saying is that if you don't make a, hear me clear, if you don't make a conscious choice, like when I say now, I mean right now, right now, right now, right now, baby, you are going to call upon yourself a destruction that you don't want to endure. No one is excluded from universal laws and universal principles. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this to make you aware that everything that you do, everything from the macro to the micro to the macro, whether you think it's small, whether you think it's minute, or whether you think it's grand, it is affecting you. Everyone on this planet and other universes will reap what you sow. Be mindful of what you're talking about. Be mindful of who you're talking about when you're gossiping, when you're shaming, when you're degrading, when you're laughing with someone that's doing these things. It's still an action. When you're crucifying, when you're judging unrighteously, unjustly, when you're criticizing, when you're low, 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 no one is excluded from universal principles, cause and effect. You are going to get more than what you gave in certain instances. Stop this. Karma, yes. Stop this. Stop it. Y'all have to stop it. I mean, of course, on the other spectrum, you don't have to do anything. I deeply encourage you to stop it. Take some time for yourself and be mindful of what you're doing, because there's a whole lot of y'all that's going to hell in a handbasket. Hell in a handbasket. And when I say hell, I don't mean from a man-made dogmatic religious standpoint. I mean you are going to remain at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom, the lowest frequency there ever is, never experiencing the bliss and the joy of ascension. It has to become more than what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're doing. It has to become more than wasting your most precious energy. Because you're going to stay at the foot of somebody. You're going to stay underneath the foot of somebody. We say we want to be masters of self. This is mastering self, right? We want to be, and we are gods and goddesses and kings and queens, and we are powerful, right? Okay, just talking about it ain't enough. Talking about it ain't enough. And you keep on believing the ish that you keep believing. Let me tell you something. Belief is absent of knowing. Move from the place of belief to knowing. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Let me enlarge my screen. I'm not sure how this is going to affect, but I need to enlarge my screen for this slide. What you should know of these categories and how it affects you. I'm gonna read something to you. We have to stop it. Like as I read this, let's tap tap tap. Let's tap tap tap. Show the love, my loves, right? So what you should know mentally, what's going on in the practice of your becoming. Now we're still talking about self mastery. We're still talking about becoming, and I need you to understand the prerequisites and things that you should know mentally, energetically, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Mentally, the heavy mental weight that you carry consumes a lot of your energy. You cannot create unless you have the energy to create with. Why do you think it's so important that the wicked ones, the evil ones, the devils cipher your energy? Why do you think that is? What do I mean by ciphering energy? Whenever someone is pulling on your energy and not helping you replenish your energy, just sucking you dry, the vampires, understand that mentally that weight is going to crush you. Mentally, you were never purposed or created to withstand such immense pressure. We're going to go through the six concepts, right, of importance. It consumes a lot of your energy, which is why a lot of us feel mentally drained. Why do you think that is, baby? Why do you think that is? Ashe Eloki, Elko. I'm grateful for that. Right? Resisting, suppressing, fighting your emotions, your energy emotion, your emotion on a regular basis, even quietly, eats away at your energy, your reserves, like a parasite. Until what? Until it destroys you. Until it sucks the very life out of you. And guess what? It's going to hop right to the next host. And guess what who some of those hosts are? All who you say and know, believe you love. Your children. Think about it. Who is it affecting? Your husbands, your wives, your partners, whoever you love romantically, friends, family. Okay? It affects them. So when we say Oh, we love. I love them. I'll give a rib, a lung for mine. I'll die for mine. I'll unlove mine. Like, why do you have to take it there? Why not live for yours? Why not understand you for yours? Why not learn and change your perception of what divine infinite love is? Because I guarantee you, if you ever understood an ounce of what infinite love is, not the love that a lot of people talking about that ain't about, not that type of love. I'm talking about infinite love, because love and hate can't exist on the same block, baby. It don't. When you understand that, you will understand that, baby. It's not about, you don't have to unalive for yours. You don't have to give a lung. Like, not saying that just understand what I'm saying, okay? I don't want to break down every little thing. I hope y'all understand. Why not learn self-mastery for yours? Why not destroy the parasites that are living in you and that are on you like leeches? Why not destroy that? Why not support? Why not stop supporting toxic ass lives and conversations that you so addicted to? Right? Why not stop supporting people that is preaching and teaching hate, misguidance, and ignorance and foolishness? How about you start there? How about we start there? Living in a constant inner battle and treating yourself like the victim pushes you far away from living at your most optimum level. This is why I do not coddle people that have a victimship mentality. Yes, I have a lot of empathy for people. Sympathy is on reserve. Sympathy is on reserve. Okay, you just don't get that. I don't just go out handing out sympathy cards. Why? Because many of y'all don't deserve it. It ain't for many of y'all. I have empathy, yes, but I've never been that type of person that's gonna coddle you and stick a lollipop in your mouth when I should be telling you the truth, the undesirable truth. Yes, it's gonna hurt a lot of y'all. Okay, it's supposed to. And I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be here to give you righteous correction in love. Divine love doesn't always equate to meek and low and mellow tones. It doesn't equate to softness. Nurturing can be also strong in a sense, assertive in a sense, just like water. You are water. Sometimes you need to flow like a stream, just soft and quiet and just glazing over the rocks and beautiful, baby. And sometimes you have to be a tsunami. Understand me? It doesn't mean that you're a wicked person. Understanding who you are will let you know who you need to be and how you need to be him or her when you need to be him or her in righteousness. It doesn't matter what other people think. You know why? Because you personally is going to bear the consequences. And a lot of y'all children, people y'all love, is going to bear the consequence. Why not love for yourself first and for people that are around you? Any mental tension will automatically consume energy. Not letting go is consuming your energy. In order to create, attract, manifest, you have to have available energy. When you go to the bank, to the teller, if you have $1,000 in your bank account, can you tell them to give you, can you write a withdrawal slip for 5 grand? Make it not make sense, people. When you go to a bank and you have $1,000 in your account, you cannot withdraw 5 grand from it. You have to understand this. You only get what you have available to take from. Understand that even money is a frequency, currency, right? Riverbanks. Everything is energy. And when you understand this, you will stop. You will stop holding on to people, places, and things that is not serving you, that is sucking the very life out of you energetically. Because if you plan on becoming who you want to become, You're going to need available energy to do so. Energetically, letting go helps you see the moments you are in without the lens of the past dominating the way you perceive reality. Far too many of us perceive reality because we're still holding on to the past. Okay? Your mental database, you attract lack because your mental database is that particular file and program in your mental database tells you that you don't have a healthy relationship with money. You have to understand it. So sometimes I get a little frustrated when I'm seeing these people misguiding you. I don't care if they know it or not. Now, I ain't gonna say it. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't care. I do care. I do care. Right? Hi, Curvy Peel. How are you, my love? Fantastic. Fine. Thank you so much for the follow. Right? Loving myself is important to me lately. I want to attract people. That was reminding me of how I felt. Yes. Understand that your mental database predicts. That's what I was going to say. Ashe. Right? This is why I get frustrated sometimes when I hear people, especially these fake ass spiritualists, especially when I hear these people who are truly after your bag, right? And they pushing, oh, manifest, speak affirmations and do this and do that, right? They just wake up in the morning and do. Okay, it's more than that. All you have to do is this. Everything outside, quick, quick, quick. Most of it is quick, quick, quick. They spend more time on teaching you how to run yourself crazy, right? Your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit to get to the bag than they do teaching you about the catalyst that is the cause of you getting or not getting to the bag. I mean, what's more important? What does it gain or profits a man if he gains everything in the world and lose his what? Life. This is why we're here today. This is why we're hearing today, right? About millionaires and people with money. Look at all the quote unquote seemingly successful people, financially successful people in the world. How many of them you think are truly happy and living in bliss and living in serendipities, right? And really joyful. How many of them? Not too many of them, because a lot of them are transparently honest and they tell you on the World Wide Web somewhere, whether it's in an interview, whether it's in the news, or whether they are physically showing you through their behaviors that they are miserable. Like, do you not understand this? Let it go. Let it go. Emotionally, releasing the heavy attachment you have to negative thoughts is the goal. Memories will still appear from time to time, even after deep healing has happened. Remember, you need to be guided through deep spiritual work, okay? Because some of you think doing spiritual work and shadow work is about dissolving or depleting or deleting past traumas. When I say past traumas, anything, any experience, but it goes deeper than that. The thought is keeping you experiencing those things. It's not about dissolving them or deleting them. It's about gaining power over them, taking back the power that they have over you. So when people say, "Oh, I thought I did the work," when you go through an experience and you like, "Oh, I did the work. I spent so many years doing the work on the shadow work and sticking to myself," and you can do all that and everything, my babies, my loves, and still that same pest 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 of a thought will pop back up in your life at various times. Why? Because you don't and cannot never get rid of mental programs, mental database. So it's okay if they resurface. The goal is to gain power over it instead of it having power over you. Understand that. So I get so annoyed when people are out here just lying to you in this. I don't like anybody unrighteous. I don't like anything unrighteous. I don't like unrighteous acts. I don't like ugly people, period. Even though I may agree with some of the things that you say, okay? A fool can be wise at a fool can speak something of wisdom physically, When you're physically holding on to low frequency, negative vibrations, your energy centers, your chakras, a lot of us don't even understand how important our energy centers are, our chakras are, right? They play a huge role in the way your reality is. They play a huge role in what and who you attract or don't attract in abundance, right? They play a huge role in your health, in your body. Spiritually, your energy centers, your chakras affect you in many ways. I gotta correct that slide. What are some important questions to ask yourself as we're moving into this beautiful new sun cycle? And I don't mean on January 1st. Once again, January 1st is not New Year's. It is a trick to keep you moving backwards, my loves. It's the trick that keeps you moving backwards. Katrina, I see it. I see. Thank you so much for those of you who are still over here in YouTube land. Listen, let me just say this real quick. If you want to see the presentation, you can jump over to my YouTube channel. If you click the link in my bio real quick, my YouTube tab is there. It'll lead you straight over here. I actually have a presentation that I am going over within this masterclass, or you're more than welcome to stay here. I just wanted to say that because there's a lot of you who are joining me right now. We need to get free, Katrina. Okay, it's about time, baby, because the only people who ain't free is those who keep choosing to be behind them chains mentally. Right now, at this point, it's a choice. Well, it's always a choice. At this point, it really is a choice. So, what are some invaluable questions that you can ask yourself as we're moving into this beautiful new life cycle of 8? Right? One of the most profound life cycles to be in, right? Because let me tell you something. If y'all don't know anything about the golden age historically, right? Our historically, right? Because you got his story and then you got our story. So historically, our historically. I make up words all the time. Hey, don't bother me. When you a master of self, when you self-mastered, right, and you empower, okay, you do what you want. Okay, y'all get it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful sun cycle that we're moving into, right? However, everybody, one, ain't purpose to enjoy. Everyone isn't going to earth shift. Everyone isn't purpose to earth shift, right? However, no one can ever violate your free will. If you want to earth shift, if you want to shift, period, mentally, if you want to become the version of you that you were purposed to become, whoever that is for you, if you want to start really attracting what and who you desire, right? Then you need to understand these things, right? Because it's powerful, it's for you, right? Oh, pardon me. I just fixed my girls in front of y'all. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I did not mean to do that. Pardon me. But I'm not used to wearing clothes that get uncomfortable, bras and stuff. I just like to be free. So pardon me. I did not mean to do that. I almost forgot where I was. That's how comfortable I am. I almost forgot where I was, honey, on this damn live screen fixing my girls. Okay. Just uncomfortable. I got too comfortable for a minute. Listen, I did not mean it. I promise you. Okay, so let's move on. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? Laugh out loud. Listen, the energy is powerful right now. Yes, Lord. Listen, I got comfortable. Like I think we all sitting around, sitting in the same building, right? I'm just all comfortable. Y'all family, like we family, okay? So, but I just was unaware. I just caught myself. I'm still gonna be presentable, right? So let's get to it. Let's continue, right? Because I want to get to the New Year's video because it's gonna help y'all out a lot. And it's 30 minutes, but I'm only gonna play a small segment of it pertaining to New Year. So some of the important questions that you need to ask yourself while you're transitioning and becoming who you want to be in this new sun cycle, while you're transitioning into learning how to master self so you can then master your reality, right? It's all about self mastery, it's all about mastering self. You have to understand that and get that through your head. Nothing happens until you learn that. right? It's impossible for you to keep thinking that you can skip steps and keep paying to skip steps. You're not a piece of popcorn. You're not a bag of popcorn. You can't just stick your life in the microwave and nuke it to greatness. It doesn't work that way. It never will. However, the journey and the practice, right, to self mastery and mastering yourself does not have to be hard, my loves. It doesn't. It will get to a point where it's easy breezy. Can y'all remember the first time, if you're a swimmer, the first time you even looked at a pool, how nervous you were, how fearful you were, depending on when you got started, right? And now some of y'all swimming like fish, honey. Y'all trying to find Nemo, okay? Y'all just swimming like dolphins, and right? Y'all swimming like mermaids through life's waters, right? But you didn't start that way. However, the more you practice something, the simpler it gets, the smoother it gets. Can y'all remember the first time y'all rode a bike? Baby, how many scars and scrapes and knots we had on our kneecaps, okay, and our legs, okay? Learning the art of self-mastery is like that. Mastering your life. It's time, my gods and goddesses. It is time. The universe isn't waiting for you. Just look at what Mother Nature is doing right now. Look at every body and everything that's being exposed and crushed right now. Don't fall victim to that. Don't be on the wrong side of the street, because it's happening. It's happening. And the universe and God and nature is like, baby, come on. I'm going to need you to get it. I'm going to need you to get it, because I'm about to get my belt. You looking at many of people getting spanked, like they getting spanked. They getting skippity paps all over the place. Skippity paps, skippity paps, skippity paps. Like Mother Nature's handing out skippity paps like it ain't no tomorrow. Don't be that one no more. You don't have to be that one no more. This is what self-mastery is all about. And you can only get there by being transparently honest and real with yourself. You don't have to go and voice your realness to the world wide web, to the social, to every. You don't have to do that. You don't have to cut on it, literally crying, yo, oh my God. You don't got to do all of that. You don't have to do all of that. But you will never learn how to become a bike rider, how to ride the bike without the training wheels, if you don't, one, let go, and two, start rolling one foot after the other. One foot after the other, one foot after the other. Just like in swimming, one stroke after the next stroke, one stroke after the next stroke. And next thing you know, you be front stroking, back stroking, side stroking, okay, side stroking, okay, you be stroking all over the place, okay? Like navigating like Nemo through these waters, right? The transition can be beautiful. It really can, people. Listen, if I don't speak of nobody else personally, outside of the many hundreds of men and women that I have coached, baby, my own life, okay? Through life, okay? And don't think that it may be some tears with it, right? And I may be on my knees sometime doing it, because sometimes life situations, they can knock you down. I'm not saying that they're not going to come, but what I am saying is that because I've learned how to master self, because I've learned how to master my reality, navigating through life, the life cycles, in, through, and out, the seasons, baby, it don't crush me like it used to. I may say, ouch. I may drop some tears. Baby, I may be singing in the shower, but guess what? I am not broken. I'm not destroyed. And the most important thing is, baby, I still have joy and gratitude, even in the midst of my storms. I tell you the truth. How many of us can say that? It's one thing to know something, it's another thing to say something, and it's another thing to actually be that something, on that something. Whole different ball game. Walk it like I talk it. 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 Baby, listen. Walk it like I talk it. Get to that point, okay? Walk it like you talk it. Walk it like you think it. Hey, okay? Get to that point, baby. It's possible. Start somewhere. You don't have to sprint everywhere. It doesn't have to be a sprint. Just start walking. Start taking one step after the other. And one of the ways you can do that is by asking yourself some important questions. Who are you? Who are you? Like, get real with yourself. Who are you? Because many of us, when we ask that question, we say, "Oh, I'm a mother. I'm a father. I got 3 children. I got 2 children. Okay. I got my master's degree and my bachelor's degree, and I'm the CEO of this, and you know what I'm saying. I'm the first generation. Da 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 da. Right. All the accomplishments, all the physical things, all the physical things. Right. Who are you? Outside of all of your skills, outside of all of your accomplishments, outside of all of your accolades, who are you? Is it going to take some time for you to figure that out? Yes. But if you never figure it out, guess where you're going to be? Okay? Burning your damn life in that fire. Remember what I said earlier? The universe don't care if you know what fire is or not, baby. Stand too close if you won't. Guess what? It gonna burn you. It gonna burn. It gonna burn you. Okay? It gonna burn. Who are you? Not who your parents told you to be, your guardians told you to be, not that they told you who you are out of love. Some of them have really good intentions, but you can only hand down what you have within. A lot of our parents didn't understand the divine essence of who we were. So, what do you think that happens? We hand we hand down that same information and the cycle just repeats. So there's a whole many of us who's goddamn clueless as to who we are. I'm not speaking about diminishing your accolades and your accomplishments. Those are great. However, who are you outside of that? Who are you? Who will you be if you ain't had none of that, baby? Who are you? Because one thing I know is that life and it will teach you a lesson. It will teach you lessons, baby. Because the same way you got all of your accomplishments and skills, the same way you're a CEO, the same way you're at level 10, baby, is the same way you can find yourself at level 0. Who are you without all of those things? Are you still beautiful? Are you still divine? Are you still incredible? Are you still infinite? Are you still powerful? Are you still joyful and blissful without all of those things? Let me tell you something. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. When in this season, well, my last season, when I was undergoing an ascension. I speak from personal experience. I was an attachment, a material. I was so attached to things, baby. I still got at least 200 to 300 pairs of shoes in my storage right now. And I'm like, Venus, why didn't you get rid of them shoes? Give it to somebody, sell them, do something. I had to go through that process and I had to understand. Sometimes it's okay to understand. You have to reinvent yourself. When you thinking about construction workers, baby, when they buy a piece of property and they understand that it's completely inhabitable, they're not going to just throw the land away. A wise contractor know what they're going to do. They're going to tear some things down. They're going to knock some things down and what rebuild. They're not going to put a band-aid on a cracked pipe. That's stupid. That's foolish. That's idiotic. Why? Because the pipe going to leak again. The pipe is going to leak again. You don't put band-aids or duct tape over corroded cords, electrical cords. No, sometimes you got to rip them out. However, just like I said, you can be Nemoing, through these processes of elevations. Because I can tell you now, I am the most freest, the most liberated, I'm at the most peaceful time in my life. There's not many things that I desire right now. Not taking it, not saying you're not supposed to desire anything, but there's a lot of things that I no longer desire. There's a lot of things that I no longer want. And I'm at total peace. Total peace. I'm not trying to please anyone in the sense that I am damaging and destroying my self-esteem, my self-concept, worrying about keeping up with the Joneses, destroying my mental and my physical. Why? So I can get approval and validation by people that don't give a goddamn about me taking my next breath. They only care to be a parasite, and they're only gonna attach to me as long as they can. Until what? I have no more energy left to give. And guess what? They're gonna hop from my host to the next host. Okay? Become you, the divine you first. Let everything else be secondary. So the questions that you have to ask yourself, who are you? Who do you want to become? Truly understand this, because a lot of things you wanted, you may come to find out you don't want no more. Most incredible. Amen. Ashe. Thank you so much for the follow, my love. You may find you don't want them no more. Be honest with yourself. Stop lying to yourself. You're just hurting yourself. What do you want? Figure out what you want and why you want it. Because if you don't figure out the what you want and why you want it, you're going to keep not only destroying yourself, but destroying other people right along with you. Why do you even want to be in a relationship if all you want to do is take, 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 take? What he can do for me, what she can do for me. Why? I mean, if that's the case, the best thing you can do is stop lying to yourself, talking about, I just want to be in a relationship so I can, feel loved. And no. You want to be codependent. You want somebody to keep feeding you. You want to keep sucking somebody dry. You want that person because of what they can do for you. Something you want them because what they can help you with. How many of us hear about people or just had the thought that, oh, you know what? I see a person that I'm interested in, and I really want to be with that person for a lot of other reasons. But the primary reason is that I have gifts, skills, and talents, and love, and an abundance of whatever it is to help them. Not a build a bear mentality, but there's so much that I can give this person instead of thinking so much that I can take from this person. Take, 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 take. Selfish. And I don't mean selfish in a righteous way. I mean selfish in the most hideous, disgusting way. Mwah, thank you so much. Take, 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 take. Instead of thinking like, hey, I want to join myself with this person just to connect, to forge something really dynamic. It's all about what they can do for you and not what you can do for them. It's sad. It's sickening. And you have so many people pushing these disgusting narratives. Baby, the spirit is saying, don't go there, Venus. I ain't going to go there. Not tonight. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving because it's too many of these folks, right? So what are some of the main reasons why you keep attracting the people, places, and things you're attracting, especially people? What are some of these main reasons? Frequency. You don't attract what you want. You attract according to who you are. When I say who you are, I mean according to the frequency that you're on. Okay, so you can speak affirmations until you turn blue. Understand this. That's not how attraction works. It's not how manifesting work. I can look at this sparkly tumble 100 times a day, right? 100 times a day, right? And look at it and say, I'm gonna have diamonds soon. I want diamonds. I want diamonds somehow. I'm gonna get diamonds, baby, and they never gonna come. Y'all have to understand how attraction and manifesting work. Thank you so much, Brad. Y'all have to understand that. You cannot think that you can just speak positive things and that's how you're gonna attract something, right? You can speak until you turn blue. You can write until you turn blue, right? You can do all of those things until you turn blue. You can listen to people. You can keep paying people to give you all the tips and the tricks. You can do that all you want. And guess what? You know deep inside that shit ain't working. And so guess what? You're doing yourself more harm than you're doing yourself good. Pardon me, love. I'm not receiving any guests right now because I'm teaching the class. Right? You do yourself more harm than good, because when you do these things psychologically, right? If you keep getting disappointed after being disappointed, after disappointed, after disappointment, disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, guess what? Psychologically, you're going to become discouraged. That's going to become a discouraging mental program that's going to keep feeding. And so guess what's going to happen the next time you want to manifest or attract something? Either you're going to go low because your expectations have took a dip and took a dive, right? Or either you just going to give up completely. For all of those who have visited me on TikTok, welcome in, my loves. Oh, you found me? Oh, you know what? I apologize if it took you some time to find me. For those of you who are new to me, if you want to see the presentation on YouTube, I guess the easiest way is to click the link in my bio. There is a YouTube tab at the bottom. It'll lead you directly to my YouTube channel. Okay. I'm glad you found me too. IP369. I like that name. I like that name. 369 is one of my favorite numbers, right? And it didn't start with Nikola Tesla. Okay. Nikola Tesla. Okay. That started with us, baby. Okay. That's a little side note, right? So you have to understand how attraction really works. You have to understand that if you are not vibrating on the frequency of whatever it is, you're not going to attract it. If you don't become the magnetism to whatever it is you're trying and wanting to attract, guess what? You're not going to pull that to you. If you want romantic love in your life, guess what? You have to begin to vibrate on that thing. And then after that, this is getting into soul mastery. You don't keep what you don't cultivate. This is why a lot of us, we invest in these quick practices, right? And we do them, and then we attract the man, we attract the woman, and guess what? For lack of better words, you lose them, even though there is no loss. But in layman terms, you lose them. Or they detach from you. It detached from you. Yes, I'm on YouTube now, Phoenix. How are you, my love? How you doing? Margot, thank you for the follow. How are you, Phoenix? Right? You do not keep what you don't cultivate. What happens when you stop feeding a plant? Guess what? The energy is going to be transferred to somewhere else. It's going to lose its power. You have to cultivate. So not only do you have to vibrate, get to the frequency and vibrate on that thing, become the magnetism to that romance desire, you have to then learn how to cultivate it. It's really not hard at all. It may sound like a lot right now, but anything is going to be quote unquote mentally challenging for your mind and your body to receive if you're not used to it, right? If you're not used to it. But after a while, I'm telling you, you get used to it. You have to learn how to cultivate. A lot of y'all want romantic love in your life. Y'all want to attract a romantic partner, right? Y'all want to make this great love and have just cosmic sexual transactions, right? And you don't even like yourself. You don't even desire yourself in a sense. You don't even take time to cultivate your sensual essence. Yet you want to attract a man or a woman that's going to give you these pleasurable, beautiful, cosmic, even animalistic experiences. And you talk about yourself more than you love on yourself. You crucify yourself more than you don't. My hips too thick, my stomach too big, okay? My fupa is thick, okay? My butt not big enough. My feet is this. My eyes are crossed, okay? My lips ain't even, okay? I got a great, come on, you're destroying yourself, but you want somebody to come and desire you and love on you when you don't even think your own self is sexy. Okay, it's one thing to look sexy, it's one thing to speak like you sexy. It's a whole entire thing to vibrate with sexy. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? It's one thing to speak love, it's one thing to think love, but do you vibrate on that frequency? And then you wonder why you keep attracting more of the people in your life and less of the people that you actually want. You can't attract nothing you ain't becoming. Like it's crazy to even think that many of us still think like this. And it's so time to wake up. You want people to come into your life and respect you? Baby, respect yourself. You can hoop and holler about how you respect yourself all you want to, and you can yell it on the top of Mount Everest, honey. But if you don't vibrate on self-respect, guess what? If you don't vibrate on integrity, guess what? If you don't vibrate on honor, everything is energy and everything is vibration. We just call them by name. Call me by my name. We call it by name. We call it shoes. We call it glasses. We call it love. We call it being. We call it home. We call it water. We call it salt. We call it seasoning. We call it car. We call it apartment. We call it headphone. We call it tumbler. We call it hairpin. We call it jewelry. You're calling these things. You understand to a certain degree. It's important that you do. You're going to have to do the work. You attract people, places, and things according to your frequency. If you're not attracting the people, places, and things that you truly desire, you're not in alignment. This is not what you want to be while you enter into this new beautiful sun cycle. You have time. March ain't here yet. New Year's isn't here yet, but guess what? We're in the same quarter because we're about to enter January. So you have January, you have February, right? 3D, you have 2 more months. According to linear time, you still have 2 more months, maybe a little bit more than that. Let's round it off to like 3 months. You still have 3 months to get your ish together, to get into alignment, right? But if you're never investing in yourself, if you're spending more time, even if you spent your time on social media, I'd rather you spend your time here whenever I'm here teaching and with others who teach how I teach righteously. If you're not in a place right now where you want to sit down and read books, if you don't want to listen to books, because some of y'all don't like reading or listening to books or writing. And okay, that's okay to a degree. Okay, for whatever reason, at least do something, change what you consuming. Because you're becoming what you're consuming. And if you don't stop consuming the shit that you've been consuming, especially the shit that's hurting you, that's causing divides, the people you're consuming that's toxic and unrighteous, the things you're consuming, the information that you're consuming, you need to stop it. If you're planning on becoming the version of you that you should be as we enter this new 8th life cycle. Do you understand what I'm saying? You still have time. Make the choice to do what you need to do, because I'm telling you, there's a whole lot of more ass whippings waiting for a lot of y'all. Waiting for. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of things that I used to rebel against. One thing I no longer rebel against is divine universal laws. Because let me tell you something. Those ass whoopings, they hit different. They hit real different. Right? Thank you so much for the follow. They hit real different. Another reason why you're not attracting people, places, and things that you want to attract is that you don't know who you are. We discussed that. And your choices. You have to understand your divinity. If you ever get time, look at the cycle of a caterpillar. right? How did the butterfly become the butterfly? It had to go through a process. It had to go through, how do you met the goal is to metamorphose into the beautiful version of you that you're supposed to be. Just like even though caterpillars are really beautiful insects. Butterflies are one of my favorite insects. They really are. It is a process, though. It is a natural process, and a lot of you are fighting against the process, and you're being unalived in your cocoon when you can burst out of it, soaring and flying. The choices you make influences who you attract, what you attract, and your reality. Become beautiful butterflies this new year coming, this new sun cycle. Divine ass women's baby. They leave lifelong marks. Gather your roses, lifelong marks, right? You are soul and spirit, the center of you. Your God and goddessship is soul, spirit, mental, physical. You are not your avatar. You are not this body. You are the powerful soul that's within it. It's just like you jumping in a damn car saying you a car. You're not a car. You're not the car. You're the driver. Be the driver. Choose the destinations you want to go through with wisdom, integrity, honor, respect, intelligence. Know that you're the driver. Get your ass off of autopilot. Get your ass off of autopilot. A lot of y'all been on autopilot for way too long. Get your muscles moving again. Get active moving again. Get active. Stop playing with your life. Stop playing with your life. One of the games that you should not consider a game is your life. Even though it is also termed the game of life. But stop playing with it. Okay? Because it's causing a lot of us more harm than it is good. A lot of y'all are getting stuck in the cocoon process. And you're never crystallizing. You're stuck there. You're stuck there. And you're such a beautiful, beautiful, you're just such a beautiful, phenomenal person, soul. That if you just stop willingly being deaf, dumb, and blind, if you just stop trying to keep up with the Joneses, if you stop listening and adhering to programs and systems that never work for you, you can come out of that so beautifully colored, just like butterflies come out. Listen, butterflies is my favorite insect. Favorite insect. If you just stop for a second, and if you learn to sit with yourself, and I know a lot of us at the moment we are unable to. Not that you are incapable of, you're just choosing not to. Yeah, it's going to be a process. But that is what's required if you're planning on becoming the version of you that you need to be. These are the things that you have to think about. Right? How long I've been on here? It's 9:58, 8, 9, 10. It's about 2 hours. Okay, listen. Here's what we're going to do. I am going to skip to the video that I wanted to show y'all regarding New Year's because that's more important. And what I'm going to do is tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow, don't hold me to it. However, I will put the notice out. If you're a part of my Moz Text family, you'll receive the notification when I do go live, right? And so I'm going to show the video after this because this presentation is really long, but I'm not going to rush it. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to split this becoming this masterclass into two. However, before we wrap it up, I am going to play the video that I want y'all to see because we still have a lot of slides to go through, and I don't want to rush it because all of this information is incredibly important. Okay, so we still got some time to get to those who still are going backwards in New Year. So this video is going to really be interesting. You're really going to like this video. You are really going to like this video. So make sure you listen, and make sure you pay attention. Listen with an open mind, right? This message is coming from Pharaoh. Like, my area is self-mastery, right? Teaching you the psychology behind what you do. So you can understand why you do it, so you can either stop doing it and start to do something else, right? So my area is not, I'm not a master in all things. Like, I really stay in my lane when it comes to what I do, helping you with math. Like, I don't teach you about money so much. Like, that's not my lane. And I think Pharaoh, young Pharaoh, for the many of you may be familiar with him, he breaks down a lot of divine infinite sciences the way he break it down. And so I want y'all to listen to this video. Just give me 1 second so I can attempt to pull it up. I want y'all to listen to, oh, you know what? Okay, I need to share my screen. That's what I need to do. Okay, bear with me. I'm going to, what the hell did I just do? Share screen. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. If you on YouTube, let me know if, oh, I know. What did I do? Hold on, give me a second. Don't lose patience with me. Oh, here we go. Hey, yes. Okay, I'm getting good with it. I'm getting good with it. Okay, listen. So all right. Okay, so if y'all ready, say ready. Peace, my love. How are you, King of Love? Peace, bro. What's good? Something, I tried to set up the text, but I must have typed something incorrectly. What is it again? Okay, Never Phoenix. So those of you who want to join my Moss Text family, it's just a text service that I have, where I notify everyone who is in a process, who are masters of self. Okay, hence Moss. Here's the number. So you want to text Moss, M-O-X, M-O-X, my goodness, M-O-S. You want to text M as in money, O-S. MOS stands for Masters of Self, to 1833. I usually have the number on the screen, but I didn't do it for this particular thing. So 1833 996 3032. Text MOS to 1833 996 3032. How's your Friday going, love? You just chilling? Okay, did you get it, my love? Before I show the video, Phoenix, did you get it? There you go. I see you. Welcome to the Moss family. Hey, hey, celebrate, celebrate. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, walk it like we talk it, because we walk it like we talk it. Okay, listen. So I'm getting ready to play the video. Listen up, my loves. Hopefully y'all let me know if y'all can hear it too. And it just type a 1 if y'all can hear it good. Okay, so now we want to deal with New Year's Eve. Okay. Now I know I said we starting at January, but we have to, in order to talk about New Year's, you have to talk about New Year's Eve because that comes first. So technically we start at December 31st, but y'all catch my drift. Now, with that being said, New Year's Eve is the evening or time period before New Year's. Now, what is New Year's Eve? By definition, New Year's Eve is the last day of the year in the modern Western calendar, okay? Which is considered to be December 31st. Eve, by definition, is a day or period of time, okay? In depth, immediately before an event or occasion. And so this is why you have New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, Hallow Eve or Halloween Eve, okay? Because the Eve is not only religious in origin, being Adam and Eve, but it's also when using the form of a noun, okay, is denoting a day or time period immediately before the start of an event or occasion, okay? And so let's jump in. So you have New Year's Eve, right? And everybody counting down and all of this bullshit. And then you get to New Year's, okay? Mind you, New Year's is not January 1st. So you've been fooled. And this is where April Fools comes from. But we'll go into that a little later, okay? Now, with that being said, New Year's Eve, all right? New Year's Day is also, right, called simply New Year's, is observed on January 1st. Now, we want to go into the history, okay, of New Year's.
And why New Year's is on January 1st? Because as y'all heard Steady say, the new year is not in winter. The new year is determined upon the return of the sun.
What the hell happened? Oh, hold on. An error occurred. Hold on, let me refresh it. Oh my goodness. Pardon me, my loves.
With the weekdays and how those planets actually scientific.
Okay, I'm resetting it. Just give me a second if you can. Bear with me, my loves. What is going on? Where's my other phone? I don't think it's on. I don't think I saved it. All right, let me see if it's saved. Nope, it's not saved in my phone either. I'm trying to see how another way.
Talk about New Year's, you have to talk about New Year's Eve because that comes first. So technically we start at December 31st, but y'all catch my drift. Now,
you want to hear it?
With that being said, New Year's Eve is the evening or time period before New Year's. Now, what is New Year's Eve? By definition, New Year's Eve is the last day of the year in the modern Western calendar, okay? Which is considered to be December 31st. Eve, by definition, is a day or period of time, okay? Immediately before an event or occasion. And so this is why you have New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, Hallow Eve or Halloween Eve, okay? Because the Eve is not only religious in origin, being Adam and Eve, but it's also when used in the form of a noun, okay, is denoting a day or time period immediately before the start of an event or occasion, okay? And so let's jump in. So you have New Year's Eve, right? And everybody counting down and all of this bullshit. And then you get to New Year's, okay? Mind you, New Year's is not January 1st. So you've been fooled. And this is where April Fools come from. But we'll go into that a little later, okay? Now, with that being said, New Year's Eve, all right? New Year's Day is also, right, called simply New Year's, is observed on January 1st. Now, we want to go into the history, okay, of New Year's and why New Year's is on January 1st. Because as y'all heard Steady say, the new year is not in winter. The new year is determined upon the return of the sun, okay? So the new year technically will start in spring, okay, when life returns, okay, if you over here in the Western Hemisphere. And so how did your new year begin to start before the return of the sun? That's what we want to talk about, okay? Because he made another great point, okay? And that point was a new day doesn't start at 12 o'clock. And so think about it. They say the average sunrise, right, starts anywhere between 5 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., right? So 12 o'clock a.m. is 6. Let's just round that out. 6 a.m. you should be starting a new day. The sun should be on its way to rise, right? You should be able to see a sunrise. So if you go 6 hours back from 6 a.m., you at 12 p.m. Okay, you at 12 a.m. All right? So that's 1/4 of the time on the clock. Now, if you go from if you go back from March to January, they set you back 1/4 of the seasons in a year. Okay? So y'all gotta see where the knowledge is going with this. Okay? They reverse time on your ass. Because we're gonna go into the Times Square and the symbolism behind the ball dropping. Okay? But I need y'all to follow me. So they took the start of your day from 6 a.m. and then took it back 1/4, which is 12 a.m. Then they took the start of your new year from March and took it back 1/4 of the season to January. Okay? And now they got your ass thinking that you in a new time slot when really you in the same old previous frequency. And so let's keep it moving because we want to find out how this happened before we continue to go into the science of it. Now, New Year's Day, which is January 1st, history part 1. Okay? New Year's Day is the celebration of the new year based upon the Gregorian calendar, which is named after Pope Gregory, okay? Pope Gregory the 12th. This is Roman numeral. If y'all see Roman numeral, know that the X stands for 10 and each of these little I's is for 1. So if you see a X, that's a 10, and each of these both equate to 1. So this totals out to 12. Okay? So this was named after Pope Gregory the 12th, and it was allegedly gated in alignment with the death of Jesus Christ, which we know was a lie because Jesus never existed. So when you hear somebody say we living underneath the Gregorian calendar, know that they're talking about Pope Gregory, just like the Julian calendar was named after Julius Caesar. But before we get to the Gregorian calendar, we got to go through the Julian calendar because that's where that came from. So, boom, the Julian calendar.
Okay, I'll stop the video right there because it's 30 minutes long, but I just wanted y'all to hear the breakdown, a little bit of the breakdown in regards to New Year's and how it was created in the deeper purpose, right? Of why it was created, to keep ciphering your energy, to keep you in a vicious cycle of backwardness, right? This is why we have the ball dropping, right? To remind you, as Pharaoh said it, to remind you that you're dropping the ball. This is why you count down from 10. Psychologically, you have to understand what it's doing. Remember, everything is energy. On the frequency level, you have to understand what these things are doing. And if you never understand those, how are you going to become? How are you going to move forward, right? If you don't know that you're in an endless cycle, right? Endless cycle loop, with people ciphering your energy, right? And so this is incredibly important when you're thinking about this is incredibly important when you're navigating in, through, and out of the seasons of life, right? So before, let me add this to the screen real quick. Okay, so what I wanted to, before I get, because I'm gonna take Q&A, and for those of you who want to actually come up and come up with me and ask questions, or just I'm gonna stick around for a little bit. However, first I want to keep my word and tell you about the offer that I have for you. So for those of you who may not know, I am a self-published author. I've published 3 books. The last one I didn't put it into hard copy, and I was a bestseller on Amazon for about 3 weeks running. For those of you who think that's not a huge thing, it is absolutely huge, because you're competing with thousands of people around the world to be at that #1 spot. It wasn't my goal to remain there like forever, but for those of you who are actually publishers, self-publishers, yeah, I was very proud of myself. But this last book I kept in a digital form, and it's called Attracting What and Who You Desire. Not only is the masterclass that I teach around this book, it is it's most requested, right? But it has a lot of the information that I'm speaking to you now is in this book. It's a short read. It's 137 pages, purposely to equate to the number 11. Everything I do is with intention. I'm very calculated with things I do. So I'm not going to speak about this for too long. So the normal price is $21.99. If you invest in yourself this evening, right before 12 around until 12 a.m., you'll get it for $16.99, right? And you also get the free gift. I included a profound affirmation statement that I've been using for years to manifest a lot of things. One of the things I don't like to say I manifested is money, but I know a lot of y'all that's still your mentality. But I've manifested a lot of things with this statement that I still use for different things depending on where I'm at. Money, just certain relationships, anything and everything I wanted, right? And so I don't only, even though my statement letter was formulated by me according to the information that I've gathered over 15 plus years, I also know that other men and women who is teaching what I'm teaching, they also use similar versions of statements, because you have to understand energy. And when you understand energy, you understand frequency, you understand language. And tomorrow, when we go over the second half, we're going to get into energy syntax. We're going to go into, not energy syntax, language syntax. So we're going to go into depth about your language that you're using and why it is so powerful, along with another, I think it's maybe about 10 more slides. I think it was in total like 25 slides. So if you want to get the ebook, the digital copy, the PDF before 12, you'll get it at the price of $16.99 versus $21.99, and you get the statement affirmation that I've been using for years to help me attract the things that I wanted. And listen, it works. It definitely works. However, you also have to understand the frequency. So the reason why I attached it to the book is because once you read through the book and you start practicing the things that I'm teaching you in the book, like making the decision, how important your decisions are, how important awareness are, how important redefining your identity is, how important your behavior patterns are, you understanding your behavior patterns. I teach you in the book about the law of assumption, right? I teach you about the law of attraction. I write and teach you about energy, right? Energy management. I speak to you about your intentions and letting go, and how to become mentally think from a place of mental limitless, go from limited thinking, pardon me, to limitless thinking. So if you want that, click the link in my bio. It is the first tab. Okay, I just wanted to let you know that before we move into the Q&A. It is called Attracting What and Who You Desire ebook PDF. You'll see it. It is the first link in the tab. If you get it before 12, it'll stay at $16.99, plus you get the free gift. The download to the attraction statement that you can start using is going to be linked in your receipt. So once you successfully purchase the ebook, your receipt is going to have the attached link, and then you can print it out or write it out. It helps if you actually write it out and use that. It has brief description and details in it on how to use the attraction statement letter. Okay, so does that make sense? Got it? Got it? Okay. Let's take this off the screen. And then we're going to move into the Q&A part. So if I missed any of your questions, now I can actually pay attention. Those of you who have signed up for the Moss family text messaging, you'll receive a text message from me tomorrow, letting you know, more than likely it'll be around 8 o'clock, the same time. And that's my typical time to go live. Typically I go live on Saturdays, and I give different master classes, different teachers, different lessons, or Q&As. So if you want, you'll be notified. So now we get into the Q&A. Now you're more than welcome to come up on the TikTok platform, and I'll answer any questions, and we can kind of dialogue together, right? In the YouTube land, I am actually going to stop the live right now, the masterclass, because we're done. So YouTube, thank you so much, because I know y'all my TikTok family. I appreciate you sincerely from moving on over, because not only were you here sharing your beautiful energy with me, you're also helping me grow my platform. And that is one of my goals. I'm not pressed about it. However, that is one of my goals. And so I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you commenting. Katrina, IP369, I think it was Kiara too. Goddess 7, you're also over here. Yeah, Kiara, you're also over here. Beatrice, thank you so much for being over here. Penn, I'm unfamiliar with you, but thank you so much for being over here in YouTube. And like I said, as we grow, we're going to grow. Again, I bid you infinite peace, love, and divine light. Not TikTok. I'm just saying my farewells to YouTube to close out the live. Okay, so stick with me. Peace, love, and divine light to all of you. Again, Welcome to All Things Self Mastery. I am your host and your educator and your mentor, Venus, a goddess. I'm teaching you all things self mastery so you can learn not only to master yourself, but master your reality. Until next time.